A properly mixed song goes a long way when it comes to potential clients purchasing your music or purchasing a beat from you. And one of the questions we get constantly is, how do you mix? So for my newbies, beginners, and even professionals, if you want to learn some tips and tricks on how to mix your music, stay tuned. Now, when mixing your music, there's basic elements that you want to start with. And the person who's going to teach you today is one of our producers, Mickey Moore. Mickey?
Hey, it's Mickey. So a while ago, I asked a whole bunch of people on my Instagram at @iMickeyMoore, what do they hate most about making beats? And a lot of them said mixing, and I completely agree. It's not my favorite process either, but it must be done. So for this Mickey Pointer video, I want to talk more about mixing, specifically EQing. In short, the whole purpose of EQing is taking away or enhancing frequencies in a sound to make it fit better in the track. That's basically it. Before I start mixing, I just want to go over a few rules that I work by. You don't have to follow these, but they just help when it comes to having more headroom to add gain to a balanced track or to make sure that your record isn't distorted. The first rule is you should be able to hear the metronome through your track. If you can't, it's definitely way too loud and you're risking distortion when you bounce it. The second rule kind of ties in with the first rule, but you don't want to have anything louder than -6 dB. By doing that, you're ensuring, one, that you have headroom in case you want to add gain after the bounce, and two, that nothing's clipping. I usually keep my kicks around there and just kind of have everything fall underneath of it. But those are my two rules that I follow. I understand that everyone is at a different level when it comes to mixing, so you can choose to watch all of this video, the 808 and kick, or just the melody. So this is the beat we're gonna work with. Simple trap beat, but I'm only gonna work with the first four just to keep it simpler. Start with the kick. I use a linear phase EQ in Logic. Most people either use channel or linear in the stock plugins. I prefer linear. To me, it just sounds better, but you'll still get the same result regardless. Just a little bit about what you're seeing. These are your bands. These are your bands. This is how you adjust where you want frequencies. Want to add gain to your frequency, or you want to take away frequencies. Down here can do the same thing. How you get to which frequency you want. Gain. This also adjusts the width. So cool. That's basically it. In short, if you have any more questions about what each thing does, you could definitely go to this button. This helps. See? Cool. I'm just gonna play my kick for you real fast, just so you can hear it. It's not too low. And key wise, the analyzer helps you see where each instrument lives. So my kick lives down here. All right, so I'm gonna mix it with my 808. Oh, and another thing. So when I do pick my EQs, especially for my drums, I always put my percussion in mono. Most producers keep their drums in mono and all the other instruments in stereo. Mono pretty much means every percussion will be in the middle if that's what you choose, and stereo, everything else is on the sides. Kind of balance it out some, where everything isn't clashing with each other. So here is my 808. I kind of have some already carved out, but you can see where the 808 and the kick are hitting. Definitely in similar spots, but you could definitely still hear the 808 and kick pretty clear. Now what I'm going to do is just try to make them fit a lot better to where frequencies aren't clashing. And you may need some headphones in order to do that if your speakers aren't good enough. So I'm going to start with my 808 because I want my kick to be more dominant. And What I have here is a cut around 100 and 200 hertz. So how do you know what sounds good and what do you cut? A lot of people will raise their band up high as possible, skim across, and take out the frequencies that they don't like or just clash with others. And that's how you go about EQing when you mix. So I kind of want my kick to have more of the mid-range area. So I cut around 200 hertz and 500 hertz. For my kick, since there isn't really anything at 20 hertz, I'm just going to go ahead and use my high pass filter. Cut that out a little bit because it's not needed. Clean it up some. I'm also, my kick is super punchy and I kind of want to tone it down a little bit. So I'm going to find this is good, right around here. I don't want to take too much. I just want to make it fit a lot better. So I'm going to add another band. Go across. And with every beat, your mixing and EQing is going to be different because obviously, even if you use the same kick or the same 808, your mixing probably will be different because you want to use different sounds and you want things to fit perfectly for whatever you're creating. So I'm going to do a little bit right here. So listen to that. For the most part, I can still hear my kick pretty clear and my 808 super clear. Okay, I just thought I was hearing something. So now I'm going to go to my snare. But this is one thing I want to show you with the snare and play it by itself first. My snare is also in mono. My snare has a lot of low end that isn't needed at all. And yeah, I can't hear as much, but it will definitely clash with the 808 and kick. So to ensure that it doesn't, I'm going to cut a lot of the low end off. And I'm going to keep it like that because it still sounds okay to me. And I'm going to add it with my kick and my 808. I can still hear it pretty clear. I'm just going to cut around here to make sure it's not clashing with my, I have too many bands open in my way. Make sure it's not clashing with my snare, or I mean not my snare, my kick. This is why this is important, because those bands will be in your way. Now I'm going to go with my my stereo sounds. I have like, what is this? Electric piano, electric keys. We'll take a look at that. You could see, I'll take it off. Where it's living mid-range, not that many, not that low, but I'm going to take some of the lows out anyway to ensure that it's not clashing. And then I'm going to dip around here. But I'm also going to play. and just to make sure you can hear my keys, and just because right now that's the only instrument I'm playing. If I had more, I would probably mix it differently. I'm gonna raise that up a little bit. I'm gonna dip around here a tad bit, and I'm gonna raise more on the high end, kind of brighten it some. And that's how I get my mix. Hopefully these videos are informative to you. Thank you for interacting with me. I definitely will have some more videos on the way, so stay tuned for some more Mickey pointers.
Make sure you go over to Mickey Moore's YouTube channel and check out more videos and tutorials that she has to offer. But in the meantime, make sure you check out this video right here. Pretty sure you'll find it interesting. Or check out this video right here that YouTube is recommending to you.